Hi, welcome to Sunday Suppers. I am Janice, and I am having Sunday supper at my good friend's home on a farm in South Langley. And I've known this beautiful couple for about 30 years. So I am going to make for them and their guests as well. And it's going to be roasted corn chowder. And it's a great dish to have because it's fall. Okay, and on to the ingredients. So of course the main ingredient is corn. And I want it roasted because I really want the soup to have a real depth of smokiness and barbecue-ish. So, so anyways, I got this corn from the Corn Shack at the farmer's market in White Rock. So I get a lot of my ingredients from different vendors at the markets and stuff. So this is a bit on the sweet side, so I like to roast it and you get, like I said, get that smoky flavor. And I don't know if you knew the benefits, so the nutritional benefits of corn. So this nice kind of hair, if you make a tea with it, it helps to soothe irritation of your urethra and bladder. Or as the French say, tisane. I think that's exactly how you say it. So you can make a tea with this and it helps. It also is high in vitamin A's and B's and E's. It's a complex carbohydrate, which you don't have to be afraid of. If you put lots of butter on there, then it helps to reduce the sugar from rushing. But complex carbohydrates, you don't need to be afraid of. It's the refined carbs that you need to be afraid of. We don't want that stuff. And the best way is, to have the corn is to get it fresh from the farm, right off the cob. And then if you want to freeze it, you can take it off, but I wouldn't buy the canned stuff because it's no good. So there you have for the roasted corn. And then I'm going to make this dish a little bit more nutritional because I'm a nutritionist and I like lots of color and flavor. So we'll put kale in at the very end. And then we're going to put some peppers. Look I got these at the Kingfisher. Aren't they pretty little ones? So we'll put those in there. So these are sweet peppers. You can do a little hot one if you like. And then of course garlic and onions and, well, what's the main ingredient besides corn? Bacon. Ha! And I got this bacon from Gelderman's Farm, and they are local Abbotsford. But you can also get them from Kingfishers and from different grocery stores. And then, of course, our salt and pepper, cayenne pepper, oregano, smoked paprika. And because this corn is a bit on the sweet side, when we shuck it, we're going to shuck it, then when we take it off the cob, and a little bit of cayenne and mix it up, and it helps to reduce the sweetness. So if you're making a dish and it's really sweet, add a little bit of heat to it. If it's too sour, you add a little bit of like coconut nectar or something to it. And then of course the broth, liquid gold. So this is elk broth that I just made. So we have that. Then of course your heavy cream and a little bit of oregano. And then we top it with parsley. This is cheese. Looks like butter, but this is amazing aged cheese. And then celery goes in there, and of course the potatoes. So this is a purple potato. Look at this, I'll show you. For color, isn't that pretty? And then fingerling, because it looks like a finger. Isn't that kind of cool looking? From the farmer's market. And then celery, and then probably top it with some chives. And those are the ingredients that are gonna go in here. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Hello and welcome back. Okay, we're gonna make this beautiful chowder, roasted corn chowder. So you got a beautiful, nice Friesen art cast iron pot, and it's heavy and it's great for iron as well too, and you can bump it. So we have it there, and then we're gonna chop up the bacon. So we just bacon. Oh, nothing smells better than bacon and onions. So you just cut them out, in little chunks, and then in they go. There we go. Now we're just gonna saute this up. Well, actually not saute it, just get it nice and crispy. And then once it gets nice and crispy, we're gonna take most of it out, but I'm gonna keep a little bit in because I want some of it in the soup too, because we'll top the soup with it, but I want some of it in the soup too because I like that smoky, rich flavor of bacon. And this is, like I said, from Gelderman's Farm, and there's no nitrates in it, which is lovely. What we did with the corn is we husked it And then, oh, there's some right here, I have to taste it. It's so much flavorful, that's such a word, to roast it. It's not as sweet, and it's just got a really nice, again, like I said, smoky earth flavor. So we have to, and then we just cut it off the corn on the cob, and you can use those cobs if you want and make a broth with it too, right? So I put a little bit of cayenne pepper, and this is fresh oregano from my little plant from my house, and it just kind of helps to break down, I don't want to say sugars, but just helps it not be as super sweet. Oh, I wish you could taste this. Oh my, with a hit of cayenne. Ooh-wee. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's good for your, if you're kind of coffee, cayenne's good for you too. That's a good detox as well. So that's what we did with the corn. So that will go in a little bit, not right now. So we'll do the bacon, we'll do onions, we'll do garlic, celery and peppers, and the spices. Oh, the smell of bacon. I mean, I think here comes Rosea. She is the resident house puppy. She's so cute. So she's like, can I have some bacon, please? Okay, I think the bacon is getting its crispiness now, so it looks really good. So now we're gonna add the onions. So I have decided that we're not gonna top it with the bacon. We're keeping it in the soup. So it's staying in the soup. Whoop. Just try not to splash my grease all over the place. We don't want a fire happening here, do we? No way. Okay, so there's a lot of bacon grease in here. So I think what I'm going to do is take a smidgen of it out because I want to keep most of it in. So if you don't want a lot of it in there, you can take it out. But you need to keep some in to cook all your vegetables in. Ooh, man, that smells so good. So now the onion's gonna go in, so we're just gonna, these are cooking onions, right? So I love red onions and stuff too, but like I said, I don't want it super sweet. Again, the corn's already sweet, so it's nice to get like a cooking onion that's a little bit more on the stronger side. Oh, this is so much fun. So there we go. We're gonna throw that in there. Oh my goodness, the smell. Wow. So I probably need to turn the burner down a wee bit because, you know, the last thing you want is burnt onions because it makes it then bitter. I like bitter, but I like bitter from my greens, not from burnt onions, and it'll just make the whole soup bitter. So make sure that you turn it down. You don't cook on a super high heat because you want to sweat out and caramelize the onions, not burn them. And my eyes are, I heard this trick that if you stick your tongue out when you're doing an onion, your eyes shouldn't burn. I love that works, so anyways. So 2 onions if you like, or if you want more, 3. Onions are really obviously great for colds, for coughs as well. It helps your respiratory as well too. Kind of cool. So just, you know, the humble onion, the amount of benefits in it. Kind of cool, isn't it? Okay, so we're just sauteing that up in there. Rosea, so she's my little helper down there. You're so cute. Okay, now I'm gonna do the celery, and I like putting a little bit of that in there. But at this stage, if we put the flour part in there, it might burn it. So it's better to put it in when there's broth in there. So we're gonna take that off. It's good for chicken noodle soup. This gives it lots and lots of flavor. So. And celery is really, some people think, you know, you can eat it raw like they do with peanut butter, but it's best cooked because it's easier in your digestion. So 1, 2, or 3 ribs. Ha! How many you want? Like I said, it's such a beautiful fall soup. It's like a hug, you know? Okay, so we finished with the celery. Now, what I like to do is put in the spices with the onions and that, as opposed to wait till the broth is in. It helps to, I don't know, it just helps to marry the flavors. And when you put your spices in, when you're doing your onions and garlic, it just brings the flavor out more, right? So this is freshly ground pepper that I ground at home, and it's just easier to do this. Like some people do this, crack, 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 crack. It takes forever, so it's easier that way. And then Himalayan sea salt. We'll just take the lid off, and there we go. And of course the cayenne pepper. And again, you know, a teaspoon, tablespoon, you can adjust the seasoning after, right? But I can tell by the smell too. Oh, this is smoked paprika. Oh, so smoky. And then some oregano. I love oregano. I use oregano a lot and stuff. It's a good antifungal, and it's just oh, it's just very earthy as well too. So we get that in there and you stir it all up. Now, if it looks like it's getting a little dry, you can add a little bit of broth or more of the bacon grease or a little bit of butter. But like again, you don't want it too high temperature because you will burn your onions, and that is not. So now I'm going to do the garlic. So look at this Russian garlic from the market. Like it's so pungent and flavorful. Like it's just, you don't have to put all of it in, but because it's this time of year, it's fall, it's great for your immune system, antibacterial, antifungal. So we go like, so it's easy to do to chop it. So some people, they have like a garlic press, and you can use it if you want, but see how easy that is? Bam! This is such fresh garlic. Oh my goodness sakes. And you just go like this. Ha! Okay, so I'm just going to give this a quick stir. Whoops, and I'm going to put a little bit in because it's getting a tad dry. There we go. Okay, now we're just going to chop up the garlic. So there, I kind of like it on the chunky side. It'll all blend in anyways. There we go. All right. And don't go like this because you wreck your knife. If you go like that, like that, like that, and then you take some garlic and do this. Oh, so good. Whoa. Look at that bacon, celery, onions, garlic. Ooh. You can also, if you want, add a little bit of dry red wine in there too. There's so many variations of this one, but I want it colorful and full of nutrients and flavor. Okay, I'm gonna put the peppers in now. These are little bell peppers. Like I said, I got at Kingfisher Farm Market in White Rock. And it's a beautiful organic family-run farm, and all their produce is amazing. They also sell Cheesecrafter cheese there. Say that 10 times real fast. And Gelderman's bacon. I gotta wash my hands. This is coming along beautifully. So I'm putting peppers in. These are bell pepper sweet ones. They're cute, they're small, and they're colorful. So you just do it chunky. So sometimes with the chowder, sometimes people like to immerse it, right? Like take half of it out, put it in a blender, or use an immerser, you know? But I think we're just gonna keep this all nice and chunky. See all the colors and everything. So it won't be as maybe thick as when you immerse it. And I'm not putting a ton of cream. I'm using more broth than cream. And also too, this time of year, if you're starting to feel a little, you know, cream, any dairy products is not good for your system because it causes more inflammation. Whoa! Oh! Wow! So the colors are beautiful. Oh, look at, woohoo, they're so, so pretty. Aw. My daughter-in-law always goes, you always surprise yourself when you cook food, she said. I just love how, you know, it's like, for me, I'm creative. I feel like I'm like an artist in the kitchen. Okay, here we go. So again, this is, we're probably not gonna use all of them, but purple potato, again for color. I don't think there's much difference in like flavor of a like russet potato. Russet would be fine because it's a hearty potato. You can use, like if you wanted to immerse it, maybe a creamy potato thing. But I just really love the color of the purple. So we're just gonna, again, keep it chunky. Ah! So cool, almost looks like a turnip or something, doesn't it? And it's your preference on how chunky you want it. Whoop, in the pot. Oh, look at the color. It's so, so pretty. And then I don't normally ever peel my potatoes because the skin is it's got lots of nutrients in the skin. And that's why you want to make sure that they're organic, right? Because anything sprayed or whatever, you don't even want to use it to begin with. And even washing it, if they have been sprayed with pesticides and stuff, you're not going to get it off of it by washing them because they go in the immune system. You know, plants have immune systems. So if you even spray the leaves, it goes into their whole, you know, immune system. So it's best to buy organic, or even ask the farmer and say, have you sprayed? So, and you can tell too if they are organic because you get little holes in them. Or take a good scrubber and scrub them. Wow, this is a nice looking chowder so far. Ha, we haven't got the corn in yet. Okay. Let's do another purple one here. You want them like too chunky because if you have it too chunky, it'll take longer to cook. There you go. Look at these guys. Look at this one. Oh, it's like a little snail, maybe. It's lovely to be in Langley. Be around lots of dear friends, and of course my family. And just, you know, getting together on a Sunday night and on the farm and making a lovely chowder and sharing it with your friends. Nothing beats, you know, just unwinding and connecting around the table with your family and friends without your cell phones, unless they're really taking pictures, but then they still have to put it away afterwards, right? There we go. If you're wondering, this looks like, this is the cheese that goes on top in your bowl. I'm gonna have some. Oh my goodness. It's aged cheddar. And it's raw cheese, so, oh, it's so good. Woo, that's lovely. So here now, the corn's going in. Ooh, there's a lot of corn there. Right on. Well, it's roasted corn chowder, that's the main ingredient. Want to make sure you've got lots in it. And I really think too, like, I don't know, celery and corn I think go well together. Celery. See, I did it again. Now we're just doing the dance up and down, da, da, da. Stir that all in. And I probably will put a little more spices in there, but right now I'm going to put the broth in. This is, like I said, my homemade elk broth. I make beef bone broth, and my website is nourishedbyjanice.ca. So I make beef bone broth from grass-fed finished organic bones, but this is elk. I also have lots of elk and bison bones too, because apparently I'm a bison dealer. Ooh, shh, don't say that too loud. Whoa! And elk is it's not a strong like moose and venison. It's a beautiful lean meat. It's very, very dark, and oh, is it flavorful. Okay, so now we got the broth in, so we're going to turn it up a wee bit. I have another 2 cups, so that was 2, 4, 6 cups of broth. Again, if you want it more brothy or creamy, right, your choice. I just recommend to roast your corn. If you don't want to do it on the barbecue, when you do, you take the husks and you actually put them in water and you soak them for about 15-30 minutes, right? So when you put them on the barbecue, they don't poof, burn. But make sure you take off all that hair stuff, which is really good to make your tea. And the French word is tisane. So roast it, but you know, the smoked paprika, even chipotle would be nice in here and stuff too, right? But yeah, however, the consistency, like right now it looks so pretty with the reds and the purples and the yellows, and when you cook with the rainbow, you know that you've got lots of nutrition in there. So I'm gonna put the cream in, and it's like full fat, cream, which is fine. People are freaked out about fat. Good quality fat, like ghee, which is clarified butter, coconut oil, bacon fat from bacon that is not full of nitrates, lard that you make rendered down from pork, duck fat, which I use lots of, which is, you can get that at Heritage Farms in Langley. Those are good full fats, and your brain is 70% fat. So the bad fats is the trans fats. So, and if you use a fat-free cream, they've taken out all the good fat and added sugars to it. So, do full fat. So, we are going to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it until the potatoes are kind of tender, so maybe half an hour. Then we're going to throw in the kale, and then we are going to have supper along with pumpernickel bread and sourdough bread, and yay! We're going to taste test our chowder. The colors are beautiful. Oh, look at that. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Oh, the smell is intoxicating. Oh, wow. You've got the corn, the sweetness, the chipotle kind of flavor, even though you didn't put any in. It tastes great. The cayenne, the bacon, the herbs. Oh, I'm doing a mouth dance. When you get the taste buds are mouth dancing. Is that what you call it? Anyways, this is a lovely, lovely Sunday supper meal on the farm. Thank you for joining me with this beautiful episode of Sunday Suppers on the Farm. I hope you've been nourished. Now go to the farmer's market and go get yourself some corn and have yourself a hearty Sunday supper. Blessings and cheers.